Okay, here's a good question on transformations of exponential functions. So you have to match which of these functions match these graphs over here. Here's a basic exponential function. Notice the form of the graph. One thing to note that it crosses here at a positive 1. So when x is 0, y is a positive 1. So it's a normal type graph. When I look at these up here, not sure which one of those would have that effect. None of these cross at a positive 1. So none of them are the base graph. So let's look at the transformations that they have. So this first one says negative. So instead of the graph for number 5, instead of the graph going like this, there's a negative out front there. So it means it's reflected on the x-axis. So it should go down like this. And then the minus 1 there, and this one would cross at that point there, 0, 1. So if you flip it over, this point here would be 0, negative 1. But then, if you move it down 1, the thing's got to cross at 0, negative 2. Which one looks like this and crosses there? That one right there, F. Number 6, ooh, a fraction. I'm going to change that. 1 over 2 is the same as 2 to the negative 1 to the x. And if you keep going with that, it would be, I'll just write it up here, negative 2 to the negative x. This is a nasty one because you have reflect on the x-axis and reflect on the y-axis. So for number 6, instead of going like this, it's reflecting on this x-axis, but then it's also reflecting on the y-axis. So instead of going like that, it's going to go like this. So I have to find one that looks like that. There's one. That's the only one. Has to be this one. 6 has to be C. Let's look at this one. Normal graph, it crosses here. Doesn't matter what the base is, but then it goes up 3. So we got to find one that crosses at 4. There, this one right here, E. This one's E. 8. Oh, this one is in the C slot right down there, so it moves left 1. So it's the same graph as this one, but it's moved left 1. The only normal graph is this, I guess this one, but it got moved up. This one looks like it got moved over to the left. This one has to be B. This one here, reflected on the y-axis and down 2. So number 9, the graph should look like this, but it's reflected on the y-axis, so it's going to look like this, and it's moved down 2. So something like that. So there's one right there. It's got to be that one, A. And then the last one is whatever letter's left, but let's look at it. So I have to rewrite it, minus e to the x plus 1. So the minus means it's reflected on the x-axis, so it's upside down. So instead of like this, it's going to be like that, and things are moved up 1. This one right there, D. Okay, hopefully that helps you with those transformations.